We came from Tetuan to Chefchaouen by bike. It was 61 or 62 kilometers.
Yeah, 61.8 kilometers. There wasn't any wind, so that was nice.
Yeah, the day was nice, but it was a little bit hot.
Yeah.
And then we had a lot of uphill. Coming to Chefchaouen, this last part, her face was all red and kind of white, and she looked like she was gonna faint.
Yeah, I was having a rough time. I was struggling to
Mm-hmm.
get up the hill. But just on the last hill, like coming into the city, is when I was struggling. Before that, I think I was fine. On our way here, we stopped on the side of the road because Nacho decided that he wanted some pomegranate,
And while we were eating them, 2 of them for 10 dirhams, the guy came and gave us one more for free. And they are big. They're too nice. When we got to Chefchaouen, right then, my back tire was flat. But it was not completely flat, so we decided to get to the hostel before it was completely flat. And then we didn't know the way to the hostel, and we found that Chefchaouen is the city of stairs.
yeah, there were stairs everywhere. Like we kept trying. Well, we were looking on Google to see how to get to the hostel, and it told you like go this way or go that way, and every street was stairs. Nacho really just wanted to get to the room and be done with it already, but I was like starving and dehydrated. I was super hungry, but we just kept going to get to the hostel. So eventually when we got there, we got up to the room, and then we wanted to take a shower because we were all hot and sweaty, which I knew was going to happen, which is why I wanted to eat before we got to the hostel, but we didn't. So by the time we ate after that, I was dying. But after that was fine.
After that, I think we just watched the sunset, because here the sunset is gorgeous.
Yeah. So while we've been in Chefchaouen, we really realized that it is a very, very touristy town here. Here it's a very small city, and it's known as the Blue City, and there are a lot of tourists that come. On our way coming in, there were a bunch of people with like their keys out, like going like this with their keys, and we didn't know what it was. We asked someone at a bar, and they said they're like offering you a hotel room or an apartment. They want you to stay there.
And we found out that in Morocco, in general, people don't wake up so early. But in the early morning, till 11 or 12, nothing's open. Then everything stays open, and then what time? Well, things start closing.
Like when the sun goes down.
Yeah, sunset. And then.
But everything is like, all the restaurants and things are still open, and there's a lot of nightlife, like people.
Especially here, because there's a lot of tourists.
Yeah.
We knew that this city was the Blue City, and it was going to be pretty. But I thought it was not going to be so beautiful, because I had it in my mind like it was going to be gorgeous, and I was not going to be impressed when I was here. But it is really impressive. It's very beautiful. I couldn't imagine it like this. I didn't think so much of the city was going to be this way.
Yeah.
And you can just walk and not stop walking the whole day, and you would not stop seeing blue streets, blue stairs, and blue houses.
One of my favorite parts about walking down the streets here is like seeing all the artisanal things, like handmade things. Like they have streets full of bags and purses made of leather that are just like so intricately done, and we've seen people working on them, like making them by hand. It's very, very impressive. And then also you see a lot of like blankets and rugs and stuff that are made by these women that live in the mountains.
They do hand work a lot of things. I had my t-shirt, not my t-shirt. I had my shirt, this shirt, fixed yesterday by hand, by a man. It was quick for him. I guess it was super easy. And he didn't charge me anything, because for him it was nothing. It was not a lot of work, I guess.
Here, because it's such a touristy town, like everything is way more expensive. Here there was an alcazaba, which is like, I don't know, like not a
fortress.
palace.
Yeah, kind of a palace.
And like if you are a Moroccan citizen, it costs like €1 to enter. And if you are a foreigner, then it costs €6 to enter. Speaking of eating, we got to try a lot of new foods here. Tried pomegranate juice, which is something like really common here. Everyone is on the streets selling pomegranate juice. I think actually I've never really had a pomegranate juice, but I mean I've definitely had pomegranate before. But it was really delicious. And they just, like they had pomegranates, they took it, they peeled it, they cut it, they pressed it, and then that's it. No sugar or anything, no water, like just straight pomegranate juice, and it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
We also tried an avocado smoothie, which we'd had before. Nacho, one of Nacho's friends, is Moroccan, right? He's Moroccan. So he kind of made one at his house before. So we've like tried it before, but we've never tried one here before. What else do we have? The hummus.
Tagine with ground meat.
So like meatball tagine.
Kinda. And roasted chicken.
That's not so new. We had hummus that we bought off a street, like a street stand vendor who was selling hummus. But it's a little bit different. It's kind of
with potatoes, maybe.
Maybe with potatoes. We're not sure.
Cheesy. And then you put some spices on it, like.
Yeah, and they just had it on like a piece of paper, and they scooped it onto it, and we ate it with little spoons.
Yeah.
But it's different than like your normal hummus because it was warm, so it's kind of like porridge in a way. And then they let us put like salt and pepper and
hot spices
on it. It was very good.
And cumin.
Yeah. So we've been here traveling now for 9 days, and we just feel like we're on vacation. Like we were taking a coffee after eating lunch and after eating some sweets, and I don't know, everybody thought we were gonna go, and I think we did too, that we were gonna be here in Africa like struggling on the bikes, and like I'm enjoying it, but like more of a struggle than what it has been. And I think like in Chefchaouen we've just kind of felt like we are just on vacation, and we are enjoying it a lot. Not true.
Yeah, we're sleeping well. We are enjoying everything we do, even the biking. Even though it's hard sometimes, but we enjoy all the views and every moment. We love the food. We love to talk to the people from here, to the locals. And we just enjoy every part of our days. So yeah, it's like a big vacation. We don't know when it's gonna end. Hopefully never. And that's it. Yeah.